Hello everybody, Sliding Dutchman here, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I've noticed. It was also there in the previous GTs, but now there's a lot of discussion going about wheels versus controllers and vice versa. And I even had a discussion with a guy and said like controllers are can be more difficult than a wheel, or depends on what you're used to. Well, okay, that's kind of true, but I told them about the steering aid that is active on a controller, and he was like, bullshit, there's none of that. And I don't have anything to prove, but just like there is something there, and I wanted to show you guys the difference. This is my new Genesis FD car of Rise Millen that I made yesterday. Just look up for Drift Squad in the car liveries, and it should pop up together with some other cars that I made if you're interested. So to test this out, I'm gonna do a run with the same car on the same track, just simple time trial. I'm gonna do one run with the controller and then one with the wheel, and I'm gonna show you the difference between that. I'm now still on the controller. Just any car will do basically. Doesn't matter if you're, front wheel drive shows us even more because that's more likely to understeer. But yeah, just why not take just a standard car, because it works with pretty much everything. So manual transmission, that's basically all. So I'm here in my Golf, and I picked this track because you have a lot of open space to play with. So what we're gonna do is just flat out and then steer, just maximum steer, bam. I'm even making the corner quite easy. This is maximum steering on the controller, and it goes, it sticks. It has racing soft tires, no traction control, but with the racing soft tires you can just max steer, and it does this. It just keeps it in line, and if I had more power I could have pulled it out of the wall because of it. So that's pretty simple, pretty basic. Now let's check out the replay for a different angle, and then hop to the wheel and I can show you guys the difference. So now we're gonna take a look at the replay and take note of how much the tires are pointing inwards. Like how much degree of angle the tire is getting, because this is maximum steering all the time. Every time I had a chance to steer, so it's like bam, maximum. And it's just what GT does is that it lets the tires go inward just that much as you need for the corner to make it through. You can't go in too fast, so you understeer, or you go in slower, and so you creep to the inside of the corner. You can see it here. It's Helen like leaning. But you see here, and that's real. If you're parking your car, you need to turn your wheel a lot to make a little small rotation. But if you're on the highway or whatever, you only need small correction just to change lanes or whatever. The higher your speed, the less you need to steer. So it works out, and it's good, and it matches the corners that way. But now if you hop out, take the wheel out, then you guys gonna see the difference, what I mean. So here we are, back again, but then on the wheel, as you maybe can hear. Let's just rip it and see what happens. I can go in a bit later, I think. Now steering to the max, and you can already hear more tires squeal, and you can even see smoke coming from the front of the car. I'll take this flat bit because it's more better demonstrating. You can even put the car into a wall and make it to almost a standstill. Don't want to get respawned. But yeah, basically it's the same. It's steering maximum left to right. Takes a lot of effort. Doesn't always end well. But now let's go to the replays and show you what I mean. So here's my run. And look at the front tires. They're way more angled than with the controller. Way more aggressive. You can even see if I fully turn in. I'm going a bit close to the wall, but compared to the angle that we had, look at this. This is way more, and it's not good for racing if you drive like this, and it's called understeer for a reason. But it shows that there is some sort of driving aid, like helping you on the controller keep the tires in the right position. I just noticed this difference and bring it out there, open for discussion, of course. I don't necessarily say this is a bad thing, because imagine if they didn't have it and it was just like the wheel, you need to like steer all the way, then the game would feel more like a game like Assetto, where if you play it with a controller, it's a nightmare. That game is built for a wheel and good with a wheel, and everyone that said the game is brilliant and you're thinking of buying it but you don't have a wheel, be prepared, because it's so hard. Because especially in the drift cars where you can have insane amount of angle on the tires, if you use the controller you can just flick it and then it goes to full lock automatically. So what happens if you drive straight, you want to steer into a corner, it just goes instant bam, and it blocks the wheels and then just understeer straight, same as what this is doing, like the understeering. So I think it's a good thing that they did it, because now the game is usable with a controller and playable with a controller, and actually quite fun. But it does mean that the controller users have a bit more assistance in that case. And if it makes a difference, I don't know. I've had some pretty close races with people on controllers and I'm on the wheel, or vice versa. If you see it on lap times, it doesn't really matter that much. If you're good with the controller, you can keep up with the wheel. But still, there is a slight, there might be a slight difference, and well, I'm just curious. What do you guys think about it? Because the discussion started initially when saying controller is easier than a wheel to drift on, and for me, I think that is true. Because on the wheel, I was in the beginning struggling, finding my tune, finding some cars that suit me, and now I'm doing pretty well. But with the controller, I can just take any car, stock, modified, it doesn't even matter. Just take a car with the controller, take it out and slide it. And I'm almost doing it effortless. To show off, I can even do it with one hand. But just, it's just no, I mean, I'm sorry if you're having troubles with the controller, but it's not that hard if you have the drifting physics in mind, just how to move the car, what the car is gonna do, what this. So that's okay. That's maybe one thing that's helping me, because I also know some people that are having a bit trouble with the controller, but also they say, because they've like tried my wheels, like, whoa, the controller is so easy compared to a wheel. And of course, if you always played on a wheel and never used the controller, then it can be easier on a wheel than controller. But in general, especially with this driving aids, because I don't know how much this is affecting us at drifting. That's what I'm curious about. So if you guys have any thoughts about this subject, any opinions, please share them in the comments, and let's get this discussion going on what it is and what is the difference between a wheel and a controller if this is the case. So I want to thank everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.